Yow, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is week 0 in UGC, and you are watching X-Television tonight. We're going to be bringing you some preseason platinum action in UGC. My name is GetAWhale, and I'm joined by someone that you might know if you've been watching this X-Television. His name is Duder. How's it going, Duder?
Hey guys, Duder here. It is a pleasure to be back casting some Team Fortress 2 for the first time in what seems like ages. The prodigal son has returned, so to say. That's not true. Don't ever say that again.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you here, and you've been away kind of out of the casting, but you've been still watching a bit of TF2, and in this match tonight, I think you're going to recognize some names, because we're watching Unbelievably Brave Sweethearts, UBS, against Stag Party, and there's some people that you know from these. We were just talking about it before the match, right? Some kind of maybe old school guys.
Yeah, I remember the name UBS, but obviously the faces have changed a little bit. We were talking about the evolution of the team, that this is the UBS name, but it's going to be a completely different roster. According to their UGC page, a lot of the old normal, big, super high-time platinum players are there, but I'm not seeing them in server tonight, so they might be just running some backups to get this preseason match out of the way.
Yeah, we some teams we kind of noticed their matches were canceled or forfeited tonight for preseason for various reasons. Some teams are still getting their rosters together and those kinds of things, but this is going to be a good match. Stag Party is a team that moved up from gold last season. And UBS, you probably recognize a lot of those names as well. One of the more interesting ones playing with UBS tonight, Hildreth. And you might recognize Hilly, obviously. He's a Euro guy. Playing tonight, we're told he's going to be playing engineer for this UBS team. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. But this is the preseason, and I think this is sort of mostly practice and just kind of a team chemistry kind of thing for a lot of these guys. At least that's my view on it. What do you think?
Yeah, and from my experience playing in UGC Highlander, it always was kind of like preseason is that one match that you have to sort of get the rust knocked off, get your comms together, figure out who's going to do what. It's on a map that's not played during the regular season, and I know they've played Barnblitz Pro in the past during the preseason. I think when I was playing Highlander, we caught like the very first version of this map. And there are some changes. Maybe we want to take everybody through the differences in this versus the Barnblitz they're playing on their Skyle servers and whatnot.
We've seen this map go through several changes over the past little bit. Seems like they're kind of settling on this right now. There's a few openings that were added, mostly towards last. There's kind of this raised area with a little opening near last. Also kind of changed around a bit of the spawn. They've been playing around with the spawns near last. Back around the first point as well, there's a new door. And,
I actually like that door. I don't think that was on the version that I had played, that our team had played. That little door on the right side going out back, which actually will make it kind of interesting to get your spy in behind them, because that's a very popular place to build the sentry and all that stuff to block that first point, guard that first point is back in the corner of that house. So I'm really, really excited to see how that new door is going to play into this. I'm getting way too excited for a door to get a whale.
Yeah, it does open things up a little bit. I want to just let people know I'm not at my full energy level. I'm still getting over some sickness, but I'm here doing my best for one of the only plat matches that was going on. But I'm a diehard, and so if this is the only plat match, it's going to be the best plat match. We're going to make it the best. We're still just waiting right now for teams to get their 9. Looks like we got 8v8.
By definition, if it's the only one, it will be the best and the worst match. So we've got that going for us, which is nice.
Yeah, that's true. So the worst match in Plat, you heard it here first, X-Television tonight. So looks like we do have 1 or 2 people. A lot of new teams in Platinum, obviously, this season, and we're going to be hoping to bring a lot of those to you as the season goes on. Obviously, there's Murder Force, which is kind of a super team. Valen has also come out with a team. A lot of people are excited to see TMP actually back here on this Stag Party team. TMP is a name that people know probably mostly from the Syndicate, back around Season 8 and Season 9, but he's got a lot of fans.
Yes, the Master Potato. if you're curious what that stands for.
Yeah, so the Master Potato, going to be hanging out, and a lot of people. And I'm reading the TFTV and the UGC forums. It seems to be what a lot of the buzz is about. That folks are stoked to see TMP back. But it's kind of neat when you look at the Syndicate, which was such a well-known team. A lot of those guys have split off, and they're doing their own kind of thing. There's at least 3 or 4 of the Plat teams this season who have some of those former guys. So a lot of talent. It's Platinum and UGC is turning less into 1 or 2 good teams, and we're getting every subsequent season we're having 3 good teams or 4, and more talent, I guess, flock into UGC, which is great.
Yeah, it's nice to see a lot of new players, a lot of new faces. The names change, but sort of the game stays the same. It's good to see the Platinum Division is starting to really thrive and come into its own. There was a lot of question with some of the decisions, I guess, they made in the offseason with implementing cash prizes and all kinds of stuff, but it looks like a lot of the great core of players remain, so I'm excited for a real exciting season. Everything's just very exciting right now. I'm excitable, GetAWhale. I'm excitable. The tension is palpable.
Bouncing off the walls in here. We're here in the eXtv casting booth, in person, of course.
And just in case X-Tine's listening, all of those X's were capitalized, just to get that out of the way right away.
Of course. If you, Duder, had found out that there was cash money prizes, would you have maybe joined up on a team here in Platinum this season?
I mean, I would have tried out, but they would have said, you're terrible, kid. Maybe take up, Minesweeper or something. I'm sure there's competitive Minesweeper. But it's going to entice better players, and what I hope is that it starts creating teams that stick around for a while. One thing I remember from playing in Highlander is it seemed like every year there was just so much roster, every season there was so much roster turnover that, you could never really get behind a team like you can with a mix-up, in Six's play. It's good to see some other names coming back. I saw AG, Apocalypse Gaming, is fielding a team in Platinum, which is great to see. I started my whole TF2 career working with Nahani and Mio over there, getting events together for them and stuff. That's where Duder came from. So actually, I came from Defy, but that's a whole other story for another night with much more alcohol involved. But, it's really good to see AG coming back and making a presence. I know Nahani's putting a lot of effort and funds into getting that team up and running as well as their Sixes team. So I think once you start putting prizes into Highlander, it might attract those teams and sort of motivate them to stick around for a while. So it'd be really cool to see that start happening.
Yeah, for sure. Nahani, definitely good people. She's got, there's multiple AG teams over playing Sixes and ESEA and soon to be other leagues. And this AG team, they had a pretty good showing actually last season in Platinum, we saw. The cash thing, it's definitely good. And obviously there are, there's so many people who come to the UGC League. And so hopefully it will continue to sort of turn into a breeding ground for some high-level play, and we are sort of seeing more crossing over of some of that talent from Sixes, the IT team like Banny and Indust, those guys are playing on a team this season, and Sixes and Highlander maybe getting more friendly with each other. Who knows?
I'm disappointed they got rid of the division that my team used to play in, the Dirt division. Yeah, when you're that bad, they have to make your own.
Dirt division. I haven't heard that one. Usually it's heard aluminum, sometimes wood.
It's
all old divisions
that's a joke. It really wasn't a dirt division. I apologize to anyone I insulted on my former teams.
We do have 9v9 here now, and so hopefully we'll be readying up here soon on this Barn Blitz season, week 0 of the season, as people call it. Or you call it preseason, or you call it nothing. But we are live here, setup time here now between these two teams on Barn Blitz Pro. Thanks for tuning in here on X Television, gang.
I'm pretty excited to see this going. As I was saying, it's going to be fun to see sort of how everything plays out with this map. I imagine both of these teams are going to try in some real silly things. So I hope we see some crazy plays and a lot of just real silliness to kick this season off the right way.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Stag Party team here to see what kind of setup they're doing here on the hill. They've got their little spy blocking dispenser put up, and they got their little gun, and so nothing too out of the ordinary here.
Are they just building to build here, or are they just planning on giving A up and defending the turn?
Well, typically, the normal sort of defense that we see on barn blitz, this has come increasingly common, is to set up here on this kind of hill area here. And sometimes we do see engineers sort of take their gun maybe inside of the house. Looks like maybe we're going to have some sniping action going on up there as well. But it'll be interesting to see, and from this UBS team, are they going to try to jump in on this, or how are they going to play it? We'll see how this breaks down.
UBS's spy immediately found out. He bumped into what looked to be the scout as he was trying to make his way through the house there, and he's immediately taken down there. That's not good.
And so getting the height advantage here is, almost went down Messiah, their demo went down, but jumping up there was Bobby, trying to just kind of spam that out. The gun is still up, though.
Ooh.
Obviously,
yeah, nice.
being wrangled, it's got a lot more health, and so it's going to last longer.
It's got pretty good sight lines right now, too. They're going to have to be careful, because if they get a good push here, they're probably going to get this cart up the hill. But right now, doing a really good job. Huck working in the house right now, keeping those rockets, those area denial rockets out there, just pushing players off the cart. They're getting a good push on it now.
Look at this,
Finally got it up the hill.
Blam was riding the cart there, doing a great job, but just sitting tantalizingly close.
That's interesting. It's interesting that the combo for red here for Stag Party hasn't really been much of an issue. Sniper's starting to look at him a little bit too, so we'll see if maybe they can get some sort of angle back on them. They're staying hidden pretty well though. Blue's starting to push up though. UBS is getting a little bit of momentum, but just as they do that, out come the sickies, and that is shut down immediately.
Yeah, so Cart's still standing still here as UBS tries to crack this egg, so to speak. They have their spy in behind, trying to do a little bit of action. He's in behind. Fennec is going to go way behind, actually, picking up some ammo, but maybe trying to run a distraction play. As the whole team's kind of stacking in now, we got Messiah trying to stick the cart out.
Looks like it's just Huck and the sniper on the cart right now. Spy's trying to work his way in there too. Nobody's pushing the cart though. Finally the pyro comes up and is going to get the cap here. So back that defense up just a little bit as the gun gets sapped too. So right now Stag Party kind of out in the open here, and they're losing the numbers too, which is going to be a big deal as this cart starts pushing forward.
Yeah, fight breaking down, getting a little scrappy here. Boomhauer's got his Uber, but he's backing up because he's just kind of taking this upper area now. He doesn't really have anyone to Uber. He's got his pyro, or no, he's got an engineer and a sniper with him. That's not what you want when you have that Uber just kind of hanging on right now. Oof, but that's a drop. Uber.
That's unfortunate, but it's preseason, so it doesn't count. So it doesn't go against your record.
Didn't even happen technically. So UBS now just kind of roll on in through the house here. So second point, I don't know. They are kind of throwing off the momentum of this Stag Party team.
UBS is also doing a great job of pushing forward right now, but they're forgetting to keep someone back on the cart. Finally, their scout goes back there, gets it through the little roundabout, and starts pushing it forward. UPS just posting up here. UBS posting up on the C point already. But here come the spawns from Stag Party, but they're immediately backing up, so it looks like they're going to get pushed back to their last point before the C point's even captured here.
Wow, 3 minutes. Dude, 3 minutes for 2 points. I don't care what version of Barn Blitz you're on. That's a hell of a time, isn't it?
I don't know. I've been told by a lot of women in my life that 3 minutes isn't enough, but I mean, it looks like they're doing pretty good with it here.
It's not, what is it? It's the motion of the ocean here as UBS pushes the cart up the little hill here, and they're going to, looks like basically Stag Party throwing everything on last. It's going to be a last stand at last.
Yeah, there just wasn't enough defense. They put all their eggs in one basket, and it was that defense of the curve. They did a good job up there defending the cart before it could get to the house. As soon as it got in there, it was just over. They couldn't put enough numbers on that cart to stop it, and UBS has just been rolling ever since then, pun intended.
Stag Party just kind of setting up their defense now. They've got their demo and they've got their heavy tiny up above. And they've got presence in locker room as well. They've got their soldier and their pyro in there as well, TMP. So just kind of holding on.
I'm really kind of surprised that UBS's sniper isn't trying to poke in just a little bit more right now. He's playing one specific angle down on the health and doesn't seem to be getting anything to shoot at. Now,
yeah,
he's starting to push up a little bit.
Here comes Kai with Uber, so she's going to jump down now with the demo, Messiah. But body blocked by the scout a little bit there. Now on the heavy, geez, that's kind of a wasted Uber there by Kai, so kind of rough luck for the UBS squad.
Yep. Well, I mean, both Ubers were popped pretty much at the same time, so they're kind of going to cancel each other out in that situation. And realistically, that's a win right there for Stag Party. The UBS dropped a bunch of numbers as they were starting to push in, so they didn't. No team really gained or lost any ground here. Cart's basically still in the same place, so I think UBS going to kind of post up here, wait for the Uber. They're at a pretty good disadvantage, about 30-40% right now. I would imagine Stag Party is going to be very conservative, back everything up a little bit, and do what they can to just keep their numbers up to extend this as long as possible.
Yeah, I think Boomhauer is a smart medic and knows basically, there's advantage there. Obviously, don't want to be the first one to pop. You want to pop second, obviously, if you're on defense here, and just kind of wait. And if you're UBS, when you're hoping and praying to get a special, an important pick if you can, but I don't know, this is not the easiest of last points to push into.
Yeah, really what we're seeing here are just sort of those ancillary classes going down, the support classes. Spy and Sniper just keep trading with each other. And with that kind of pick, that's what you're going to see. But TMP goes down. I didn't see how he died. And now the cart was getting pushed for a second there, but that ended very quickly.
Efetic, the spy for UBS on blue, is in behind here, trying to maybe work on the engineer a little bit. Gets the sap down on the gun, but that's going to be knocked right off. And so UBS again, just kind of continuing. When I have played this map, it's not the funnest last point to push into, and they have made changes and improvements here at last. But I mean, I think it's pretty balanced, and it really takes a really organized kind of push to get into this if you're blue.
Yeah, so many turns coming in here. It's very choky. So what you want to do is kind of split your team, have one group push from one side, distract them, and then kind of come from the other side. And that actually looks to be exactly what they're doing here, bringing players upstairs. But, well, I tell you what, Stag Party's putting up a great defense right now. Here comes the engineer trying to push a mini sentry, and that's not going to do anything. And UBS is kind of just going for some Hail Marys here. Spy gets the gun down, but there's only 3 players up, so they're not going to be able to do anything with this. And Red Medic, Boomhauer, is that? Yeah, Boomhauer sitting with basically full Uber right now, almost 100% advantage. So they're just comfortable, sitting back, kind of relaxing, cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside of school. And they're gonna put this on UBS now. So they're confident with their defense. It's just a matter of what they can do to hold this, and they're doing a really good job. Almost another 4 minutes held here. So.
Yep. It's been almost kind of a cookie cutter match so far as barnblitz goes. Roll along pretty quick, and UBS obviously did a great job pushing it this far, but now just kind of slowed right down in slow motion.
Yeah, Soldier and Engineer for UBS working together really well up in the top house here, just kind of playing off each other's damage, being pests. Scouts starting to poke in a little bit on the left with the Pyro coming in now too.
Working
might
on
be
the
a good distraction
medic.
play. The Pyro's actually going to push out the Uber right now with the air blast. Really good play there, keeping the medic juggled up. Demo's trying to get away right now. They do get away, and interestingly enough, UBS really only loses the players there, so that's an interesting push. And Kai goes down again, so or doesn't go down, but definitely wastes an Uber there.
Yeah, Blam did a fantastic job on the flank and pretty much almost single-handedly forced the Uber before going down, but here we are. We're going to reset. Boomhauer is going to have about a 20% advantage on Uber, and here we are at last.
Here we are
have
again.
A look, I'm going to watch Efetic and see what he's trying to do as spy here, but it's tough. You really have to coordinate and get that gun down at the same time as you get your good push in.
It does get the sap there, but pretty much goes down immediately, and the sapper comes off. UBS couldn't follow that up with anything, and they're, I think, they might be running into some questionable decision-making here of what they need to be doing, because doesn't seem to be any concerted effort from anybody to make an entry in here. And
no.
I don't know if they're waiting for a pick or something, but it just seems to be the scout coming in, getting a couple feet, getting killed, and then everything backs up. They just can't follow it up with anything.
Wondering about if it's a comms issue, because I see, we watched Efetic go in and sap the gun, but nothing comes after. Is it a comms thing, or like we talked about earlier, is it just that, these teams are still trying to get their chemistry together? That could be a huge thing, especially, the season hasn't even started. Some of these teams are still adding players.
We got a push coming up the stairs a little bit, but no, they back out. I mean, they got one pick on TMP there. Here comes the Uber in, actually. UBS in, Uber's trade right on the stairs there. Everything just getting pushed around and canceling out. No good frags coming, and finally a couple UBS players go down.
Get in, man.
Here's the defense again. I mean, the Stag Party has got this pretty much nailed down here. I don't know if they can hold it for another 4 minutes, but they've held it for 5 already, so it's certainly possible, GetAWhale.
Too many down. I mean, we saw Messiah and Bobby go down almost right away on that push. I mean, that's your demo and your soldier. I mean, what are you going to do without that?
I don't see UBS taking advantage of the changes in the map. You have so many different ways you can push in, and you know what? Now Stag Party's actually trying to push out a little bit. I hope this isn't a mistake. They've lost their sniper and their spy, but you know, sniper and spy down, or sniper down for, oh god, there's the medic pick. That is not what you want to do when you're trying to push in the last with 3.5 minutes left. Is drop your medic. That's no, don't do that.
Yeah, we're looking at a 80% or more Uber advantage now as Boomhauer just kind of laughing. I've got to hand it to Stag Party. Their combo cohesion has been great. They've stuck together. They're doing the right thing. They've had a fantastic defense, all told, and they're sneaking out now, as you say, a little bit, putting a bit more heat on.
And UBS just seems to be 1v1ing the cart every time. And the problem when you do that is, yeah, the cart's 1v1, but you've got 9 other players trying to kill you when you're in there by yourself. That's not the way. It's not, you know, you need to get a distraction, you need to get a pick, and you need to push your other 7 players as a group. And they're just not doing that right now. I don't know if maybe they're, you know, we talked about it earlier, you're trying stuff, you're doing different things that, you know, you're not going to play this map again, so maybe you're trying something you would try on a bad water push or something like that. So, you know, we don't know how serious they're taking it right now. Blue Spy in, trying to do something. Just sort of walking around, having a look, going for the medic, tries the butter knife, just can't get the stab in.
Off camera, the red spy Flintstone caught out the sniper Bowser, so that was kind of a big pick.
We've got the picks finally here. The players are dropping for Stag Party, but just as soon as I say that, down goes the push on the cart. Heavy gets shot right in the head. Later dog. That's unfortunate. That's the first one of those this season.
Wow. Professional pulling it off there. It's real great, as the Heavy just thought he had a free ticket to walk in, and that's the end of that. So with 1:50 or so to go, I don't know, things looking dire for UBS.
Gotta wonder what, you know, how much of this could end up being on Hildreth. I'm just not seeing a teleporter up a lot, so players are having to walk a long way. And when you're losing one player and then one player and then one player, you never really have a full team sitting there wanting to push. So gotta get that teleporter up and start supporting your team a little bit, because those mini sentries certainly aren't doing anything for you.
Yeah, I've got to hand it to Flintstone, though. If you look at the scoreboard, Flintstone, the red spy, is actually 4th on the scoreboard, and has been getting behind and doing a lot of great work and getting some good saps. We're not necessarily seeing them because it's away from the fight, but Flintstone, I guess, just kind of, you know, being a little piece of sand under the fingernail of Hildreth, if you want to put it that way.
Well, that's, I mean, exactly what you need to be doing. Is the red Uber does get popped here. Kai, unfortunately, doesn't have anything to respond to it, so UBS does get some frags finally on the cart here. Not pushing the cart, though. Let's see what they can do here, and red is starting to get their spawns pretty soon. They're going to have about a 10-second differential here with a 3 or 4 player advantage.
Fennec pulled off a stab on the soldier, which will help a little bit. Is going to go in for some sapping now. It's kind of got to be now for UBS.
Yep. This is when you say screw the Ubers, screw the percentages. We just got to give it everything we have. They obviously don't have time to wait for another Uber. They might get it with a couple seconds to spare, but they need to start pulling out the magic if they have it.
And it's time to just kamikaze onto the point now, or maybe not. Maybe they will sit back. We'll see here how they play it.
Well, they're starting to push from upstairs a little bit. 4% away from the Uber. Oh, and Guy drops again. Oh man, a good thing this is preseason, because that, I believe, would be 2 so far. So it looks like this round is definitely going to go with an uncapped last point in the favor of Stag Party. Really great last defense here. They are actually finally getting some frags, though. I may have spoken too soon. There's the rust on my pipes. As UBS is pushing in here.
Look at this.
Gonna get some spawns. I don't know if it's gonna be enough here. Pyro comes out playing the wrong direction. They need some really clutch kills to stop this.
Look at this.
It's just not happening here. Wow, they do get the cap. I spoke too soon. I didn't think they were gonna get that, and then suddenly everyone just started dying.
Well, how about that?
What happened there? That was
1354.
That was a pretty good defense that just suddenly crumbled. You got to wonder if maybe they got a little too cocksure and thought they had that one in the bag.
Well, you know what? I've heard it said of the preseason in UGC, it's like, whose line is it anyway? Everything is made up and the points don't matter. Maybe these teams are sort of taken that approach that it doesn't count in the standings. It's not technically.
Does that make you Drew Carey or Aisha Tyler?
Yes.
Because I'm obviously Wayne Brady.
Yeah, I could be Aisha Tyler. I don't know if anyone has seen me. I look very similar to her.
I will take your word for that, sir. That is all I can say.
So somehow the 4 caps do go down. I want to thank you guys for joining us here on X Television, and we're going to see now, can Stag Party do a little better than that? Can they pull off a faster time than 13:54?
Well, they certainly proved that they're pretty good on defense at last, so maybe they've got an answer to that defense at last, because I know that UBS is going to put a pretty darn good one up here. Doors drop and the cart's moving.
And again, we see a similar kind of defense here, almost exactly the same defense from the UBS team that we saw from Stag Party.
Boomhauer staying back in spawn too, holding on to that charge right now, picking the heavy up now. See if they're going to come out and try and get some damage done here. Medic is exposed now. Soldiers can see that and communicate it back too.
And a lot of good damage coming out. Capadonna, going down though. Uber coming right away, so here comes Blue.
Yeah, big. Medic saw that soldier go airborne and knew that it had. They got to pop now, or it's going to end pretty badly. They do get that first cap nice and quickly though, so that's a plus for them. The defense is actually already starting to back up there.
Yeah, they don't want to play around, and I don't know if it's more the aggression from Stag Party or passiveness from UBS. They got the cart moving quick though. Look at the cart go.
Yeah, there was some really good work by the blue pyro there, who is Katsy, I think. Is that it? No, TMP, sorry. TMP, I think my thing is a little off here. Good work from TMP to kind of work in and deal a lot of damage and just distract as they just keep pushing this cart forward.
So the rail's spinning around now. Some jerk decided to reset that, so we've got that turnaround and cart not stopping.
Looks like the blue spy was trying to work, but couldn't quite get it done there. Heavy trying to peek the edge here to get this gun down, but can't quite get the damage on it. Medic actually has to back up. Really tough angle to push here, especially with that sentry guns being built up on the bridge up there. Although it does look like they're...
TMP's coming around. TMP's going to come up and try to cause damage now behind.
Yeah, Heavy's in a very precarious spot. About to drop down here. Blue Medic does not have Uber. Heavy is pushing in here, getting a ton of kills. Medic is gonna try and get away, picks up his demo man. They're gonna come back in and try and lock them into the little room there, but they're gonna take those stairs up and they're gonna get a backstab there too. So Medic is getting away though.
So Duder, we've got a 2-point defense here. What's
that's
that
interesting.
all about?
Well, I mean, it's a really tough choke if you can get it soon enough, and I think that's what happened last time. Is that Stag they tried to hold the first part so long, and UBS just kept pushing through and getting the frags, so you never had the time to really set anything on this B point here. And right now, UBS doing a great job with this defense. If they keep this up, there's a chance they may actually be able to hold this for a significant amount of time.
Stag Party's super early pop. They're going to focus the gun first and come up these stairs. We only got it's the Heavy and the demo coming in on this Uber.
Yeah, Kai's only at 80% here. She needs to be really careful. That demo's... Wow, how is that demo not dying right in that Heavy's face? Just couldn't get it done. Big work right now from the red soldier too, getting a couple kills right by the cart there. So cart finally gets pushed a little bit, stops rolling backwards, but really doesn't make any further progress.
Look at this, Kai keeps her Uber, so that's a great break for UBS, and got a lot of good heals out now, getting some overheals going, so kind of a stall push here from Stag Party on this 2nd point.
Looked like the red spy did make it in back behind them. I don't know where he is. I'm trying to find him real quick here. Okay. Yeah,
so we see now just what a big advantage Kai has with this UBS team.
Yeah, Bowser had a great shot there on Professional.
Little kill streak going for himself, little 4-kill streak.
Yeah, scout fight here in the corner, and both scouts actually kind of trade with each other, but Audi does make it away with a little bit of health left. Oh, that's unfortunate as Blue Med drops there.
Went down, yeah. So Boomhauer, not what you want to happen there. I mean, is this the winning defense, do you think? Is this the ideal kind of way? It looks like it to me.
It looks like a defense that's going to take a bunch of time off the clock. I don't know necessarily that they're going to be able to hold it here for another 10 minutes even, but they're certainly doing a good job, and they're playing that corner perfectly, just throwing all the spam damage out, and really it's kind of tough to get around any other way, right? I mean, there's no other stairs you can get up, but then you're still looking right at it.
Yeah, and so we had pop there as, wow, there's 2 players left up now, actually.
Yeah,
on UBS,
I don't know.
so this would be the time.
Is UBS trying to push up on them right there? That's weird. Well, there you go. That's going to be the end of that defense as Stag Party rolling on capping B now. Question is, what's UBS going to do? Are they going to build at last, or are they going to try and put a defense out for the C point?
Yeah, this is interesting. We've got some of the guys on UBS up in the house across the way, so including the heavy, and so I'm wondering, he's heading up into upper now. We have the sniper here, Bowser as well. Going to take a lot of damage though. Looks like we're going to have to back them all back up to last here. Looked like they were trying to take a bit of a stand here in this tall barn kind of structure.
Yeah, Stag Party's getting some good damage in, but UBS is doing a good job of holding strong. They're keeping their numbers up. They're making sure that the frags they get are backed up. So it's not one of those things where you like get 1 kill and then run away. They're trying to sort of follow up all the damage. And
we might be running into some trouble here. The engineer on last, only just now getting his gun up, and Uber is in. This might be bad news for UBS.
No,
it's only a level 2.
I think they're going to be okay here. I actually kind of question why they pushed in quite that soon. They only had like 3 or 4 players with them. Got like 2 kills. Good work in here from Huck Soldier over there, getting a good kill there.
Wow.
On the medic. So that's going to hurt the defense just a little bit. Boomhauer at 30% now.
We got Tiny and Tiny going down though to stab from the Fedic. That was good work there.
Yeah, 8 minutes left here. No need to be greedy. You can afford to sort of sit back and get things together. Definitely want to get something on the sniper that's sort of just been hanging out, taking free shots at your team coming out of spawn. Finally, the demo pushes up.
And so the engineer actually looks like he got behind here now. Let's find him here.
Yeah, that's interesting here. Hildreth's taking a lot of chances, but I don't know that this gun is really going to serve much of a purpose with the teleporter sitting right up there. So
yeah, I mean, the players. How did he sneak back there?
I think he just walked right by when nobody was looking. He's European. No one pays attention to them anyway.
Crazy laggy ping issues going on. So he's got his level 3 up now at their spawn,
which is great because now there's no gun at last. So I don't quite get this.
Boomhauer's in for the surprise.
I was gonna get the medic. Okay, so you got your 1 kill, and now everybody knows your gun's there, and you're gonna taunt.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you left your last point completely undefended to get their med once.
Welcome to the preseason is all I have to say about that.
I mean, it's an interesting play, but I mean, ultimately it's sort of self-serving for Hildreth, and probably isn't going to benefit his team a lot unless they're really good at putting a defense up, which they do seem to be getting a lot of kills here.
So now Hildreth dancing around. They're going to get the gun, and so that's the end of that. Go to sleep, Hildreth.
Well, see, now the problem that you run into is Ubers are dead even, and if Blue's smart now, they're going to start getting a lot of damage back. Instead of like focusing on the cart, they're going to make sure that they focus their efforts on wherever he's going to be building that gun, because it's going to be pretty weak for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, look at the defense though back behind. Everyone but Hildreth was kind of doing the right thing. Bobby is up in that locker room area. The soldier, he was just kind of camping out over the stairs there. He's got his little spot, and he's going to surprise here Huck, who walked in.
Yeah, I got Blue Sniper pushing up on the left side. He's going to rotate around, I think. And they're, I think, going to call a push pretty soon here. I don't think they want to screw around too long.
A spy pushing, classic move there, and he gets flamed out, so that's so much for that. But looks like the Stag Party, like you say, they're ready here to push. They have 100%. They're just probably calming it out right now, deciding where to go. Looks like they might go locker room.
I imagine they might try and get an entry frag here before they push the whole team, see what they end up doing.
Yeah, they're locker room, but looks like they're maybe spotted out. They're going to cycle back around maybe. There's sticks coming in the locker room.
Catsy and TMP have had a couple good fights here, and I'd say they're about dead even on kills on each other. It's been fun to watch. Oh, there's a big sniper pick. Down goes Bowser from the nice little headshot there. And nothing really not going to affect it too much with the soldier being down, but Bobby's just coming back up now, so that's probably not the entry frag that they're waiting for. I'm guessing either demo, or maybe if they can take the engineer down somehow.
If we look at where the red medic Kai is holding with the combo, you know, the answer to that, do you have to push from down below? Is that what you have to do? Or, you know, do you try to sneak past them or go locker room? Because you have a great view of that locker room area, and you have a great view here of this door that they're guarding, you know?
Yeah.
The stairwell.
I think with the changes they've made on this last point, you definitely have more options than you had before, because before it was you push from 2 places. Now you get sort of an opportunity to split off to the left and right, kind of push around and stuff, but I don't know, it's just one of those things where it's almost like now you've been presented with too many options, so you're going to sit there and you're going to talk about it for a while instead of just saying 1, 2, or 3, let's go.
Yeah, I'd be surprised to see, if Stag Party doesn't maybe come around that left side. Now they're going up stairwell, and Uber's popped here.
Okay, well, let's see what happens. They're just going to trade up there for a while, pretty much canceling each other out. Blue Heavy's taking a ton of damage, though. Getting some good stickies behind there from the Blue Demo Man, but can't really capitalize on it as the deaths start coming, but they're mostly coming from Stag Party here, so the defense for UBS is strong.
Big headshot on Tiny the Heavy, and that's 3 up now for Stag Party, the end of that push.
Are you being ironic with the big headshot on Tiny?
Tiny headshot on Biggie.
Big jump in from the Red Soldier here, and Bobby takes Boomhauer down with a nice little juggle rocket combo there. That's a really nice push out by the Soldier. He's going to go down, but that's a very smart play there to make sure that you preserve that Uber advantage as much as possible for your medic while you're defending.
Yeah, who says it's preseason, Who says it's worth nothing?
No,
Don't tell that to Bobby.
They still care. This
Yeah.
isn't going to affect the final outcome, but there's bragging points on the table right now, GetAWhale, and these teams
Definitely.
probably don't like each other very much right now, even though it's still the preseason. Oh, right now, you've got Katsy out
Katsy
there
on the
pushing
left
a little
side,
bit.
yeah. Katsy's been doing a great job, actually. Has been in on a lot of the Ubers and has blasted away a lot of the Ubers through those choky doors.
Yeah, that's a tough card when you come in and you see you're going up against one of the best pyros in the game in TMP, but Katsy's definitely been right there in the whole match so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 3 minutes left here, and the Stag Party push has become stagnant in itself, and that card has been moving back for a little while now. They need to put this thing together as Flintstone ends Bowser's kill streak at 11. R.I.P. in
Too
peace.
bad. Only 11?
Only 11. Alright, so we've got Blue starting to peek in just a little bit here, but they just stopped the card as their Uber
They're
comes
coming in.
though.
They're going to follow this in, though.
Yep, we've got some stickies on the gun. It goes down. Red Uber pops here. The Demo Man gets caught out, but here comes a Pyro TMP pushing the medic away as the medic kicks the Scout up. Scout's 1v1 in the Heavy there. Heavy ends up going down, but the cart continues to push a little bit, but finally the frags are coming. Soldier's still in.
Down,
Soldier's
though.
getting
UBS.
banned. Oh man,
Finally drops down.
Takes him down.
Go ahead.
I say got a little bit of push there. It wasn't too bad. Pushed it up another 10 feet or so, but 2 minutes left, and I think things are going to get a little bit more desperate on the part of Stag Party here. The last thing you want is to put an amazing defense up and think you're stopping the cart, and then turn around and your cart gets stopped before you get that last cap. So
I think that Stag Party are just kind of getting to that mode now where they know it's time to do this, and they're all just kind of pouring in.
Nice air shot there from Huck on the medic. Very, very well done.
Unreal, and so great
Got the
defense.
Wrangled Mini Sentry, watch out.
Here's Uber, look at
Big
this.
damage.
Medic blasted all around, and this might be the Uber that does it.
Well, spawns are going to be coming up for UBS. They're going to have one last breath chance here to stop this thing. Cart's pushing pretty heavy. It's going to drop.
Wow.
There we go. Wow, Stag Party takes the first set.
Now, where did that come from?
Yeah, that was just, I think they caught them off guard, and the respawns weren't coming up in time, and they just kept pushing on them. Pushing, and they were getting the kills. They were getting the key kills there. You get the demo down, you get the engineer down. That's what you've got to do. Killing the spy at last there, that's not going to help you push the card in the hole at all. They just did exactly what they had to do. Focus the damage, and it was a really good round. Good half.
Yeah, so Stag Party taking that first half there. It's kind of disappointing because UBS had a fantastic hold. What I saw they were doing so well is they had their big explosive classes with height advantage. They had their soldier up above, they had their demo up above to just kind of rain down on any pushes that came in. And you do kind of want to get height advantage if you can, if you're pushing in. It's just a huge positive thing to have, as opposed to just walking on the floor and getting flattened.
Right. So, the teams, I'm guessing, are going to take a minute here before they start the second set. GetAWhale, any shout-outs, any news, anything you want to throw out there?
No news or shout-outs. Just want to apologize because, like I say, I'm not quite at full volume or full excitement, getting over some sickness. That's why I'm not maybe as loud as I normally am, but I'm enjoying this match so far. How are you finding it? Is your first cast back in, 55 years, 40 years?
Are you saying I'm old? You're a dick.
You look like Aisha Tyler as well.
Oh, thanks.
Which is
Appreciate
kind of like
that.
balances it out a little bit, I think, right?
A little bit. It's been fun. I mean, like I said, the game changed, the names changed, the game stays the same. So I mean, for the most part, this is sort of what I left when I stopped playing and casting. The game hasn't really changed that much, so we're pretty much seeing the same action, the same plays. The players, they seem to be getting things tuned up a little bit. Haven't been the huge air shots that we expected. A little one there on the medic, but nothing too crazy. That one was for Kip, by the way. She was asking for it earlier. Me to say that. That's what. Okay, anyway. But
I lied. I do have a shout out actually. I want to shout out to a show that we're doing every week. Actually, myself, Kip, TurboCop, Cold, who is doing the fantastic production here this evening, and DJ. It's called 9 and Out. It's twitch.tv/9andout. You can read about it on the UGC forums, and it's kind of like a little caster's kind of similar to Fully Charged, if you've ever seen it, but for Highlander. I think that's how we're going to start officially billing it, the
cool.
Highlander Fully Charged. So that's the thing you guys should check out. Cole put the link there in the chat. But other than that, we're switching sides and getting ready for the second half.
And Jeff would have my ass in a sling if I didn't bring up our Patreon campaign. You can head over to patreon.com/xtv and pledge your commitment to our fantastic content, which apparently I'm a part of again now, which is great. Hi.
Go and support it, or else we'll have our asses in slings.
Slings, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Slinkies.
Although
We'll have our asses in slinkies.
Some of our viewers might be into that kind of thing. We don't judge, don't hate, whatever you're into, man. That's awesome. Good for you. If it makes you happy.
So it looks like here we go, yeah.
Looks like it's starting here. I've got the disconnection warning up, but that's probably just from the map getting started here. There we go. All right. So right now, just resetting the action here. I'm Duder, that's GetAWhale, this is XTV. Cold's making the camera move around. You're watching UGC Platinum. This is UBS versus Stag Party. Stag leads it 1-0. We are moving into our second set here. Win conditions, 2 sets, 1-2 basically. So if Stag wins this one, they take the preseason match and get absolutely nothing.
Right.
So good for them.
They win week 0, the best week of all. More exciting than finals even.
Absolutely.
You could call this the grand finals right now if you really wanted to. I mean,
that's right. This is for all the not money.
Right. So, obviously, you know the rules, dude. It's almost like you've never been away. You know how UGC works. You know win conditions.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised that they hadn't made some more crazy changes, which, leagues always love to do, especially in preseason, just to see how it works here. So, but the doors have dropped and the cart is moving, so we've got UBS on defense here. Stag Party going to try and do a little bit of magic again here as they push the cart to set their time.
Yeah, Huck is wanted to say hello and jump in the house, but he got shut down right away, and so we've just kind of got the whole gang here pushing the cart. Heavy's going to come up, that's Tiny, and work on that gun a little bit. Hope his head doesn't get shot off.
UBS apparently is defending the house with their scout right now,
of course.
And that's it.
Well,
that seems to actually
they've
work.
got their snipers back behind. They actually have Bowser back behind, kind of hiding behind some planks.
Yeah,
so if anyone does push in there, he's waiting.
They're playing just the tip just for a second just to see how it feels with this cart right now, and it's just not happening here. So they might want to think about moving 1 or 2 more players over to the right side. The scout is trying to get it in, and finally gets it up the hill. That was exciting.
And down comes, we've got players on fire all over the place here, being burnt by Catsy.
Now we do see the red soldier rotate around to support the scout here. He's going to do the little window hang here, but can't quite get it up, although it is finally in, so that's exciting.
Kai holding on to Uber right now, 60% on the other side for Boomhauer, and so enough of an advantage that UBS just kind of sitting pretty right now by their gun.
Soldier jumps in,
Here's
big
the bomb.
Jump out of the medic. Medic gets a nice little air strafe around there, doesn't get the kill, really doesn't do a lot of damage to Kai either.
Wow.
That was a nice jump in, but just couldn't quite land that second rocket, and a great strafe there from Boomhauer, from Kai.
Yeah, so Kai's still above 100 HP, so
Blue
good
Uber
try
coming in.
by Huck. Yeah, here we go. Let's see this. Let's see.
let's see Catsy do a fantastic pyro there.
Yeah,
that's
Catsy and TMP all day on these Ubers.
Yeah, it's amazing when you get a good pyro that understands there's a second button on the mouse and the wonderful things they can do with it.
And here we go. Now we've got UBS falling out. They really want to get that second point defense up. There's no use staying in there and just dying.
Don't tell that to Bobby. He's just hanging out there trying to get as many kills, takes a sniper down, but finally does go down to a nice little crisp rocket there.
And great job, actually. Bowser's still in as well, looking for some snipes, but buying time as we have now a little bit of a defense shaping up here.
Hildreth saying look for his exit. Does he have their teleporter exit behind them hidden somewhere right now?
Oh, Lord.
Is he being sneaky? I wonder. Apparently, Hildreth is playing Engineer the Remix and being told by the voice of God that it's behind their next spawn here. So we'll see if that comes into play as the cart starts pushing up here.
Hildreth playing Troll Engineer, which is great. I love Hilly, and I kind of want him to see this all through the season, just because it's funny. It's not funny to the players that he's facing, but I mean. And look at this.
See if Soldier comes up here, see if we can do anything with it. They've got a good gun set up, good coverage. It's going to come into play a little bit here. The Heavy actually gets pulled out. Medic does a good job of getting back there, not getting shot out. So good push here. I don't know. It's wrangled. It's not a bad gun. Need to get that up to level 3 pretty quickly here, though.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the best location. It's not the worst in the world, but it's going to do a bit of damage, but you can't watch it the whole way.
Yeah, Soldier jumps up, but actually does end up going down. Can't quite take anybody down there. Gotta fail at his first rocket jump. That may have impacted his ability to get any kills as the blue Uber does push in
here we go.
Taking the demo man in, getting some good stickies down, but not getting any frags, doing a ton of damage. No huge kills though, as finally we do see some players for UBS going down. Heavy comes in and gets a nice little float kill there, ends up actually getting flared down. And now they're gonna start pushing up the track a little bit here as big jump by the Soldier, but can't quite make anything happen. He gets juggled up in mid-air there, and then taken down by a nice little body shot from the sniper.
And during that Uber, we actually had TMP came in and sat Hildreth down and said, Hildreth, that's enough. You need to stop.
Hey,
and
we've got Stag Party taking a page out of the UBS book here. They're pushing into last already, but I don't think they realize that Kai still had that Uber, and they get pushed back out almost as soon as they come in there.
Yeah, so
I mean, Catsy asking some questions there.
We're probably run into the same kind of thing by the looks of it here. We're gonna run into kind of a standard barn blitz little delay.
I'm thinking Hildreth is saying his exit's still up. I wonder if he's just trying to play some mind games there, telling them to look for it, getting them walking around behind themselves.
I like that. Mind games.
It's smart, you gotta talk a little trash there, and if it's effective and you can pull a couple players off the cart, go back looking for a exit that doesn't exist, it's a smart play by an engineer.
Yeah, kind of a alternate kind of distraction play. And so here we are at last. I remember this place. We were here before.
Yeah, in a similar time here, 4 minutes, cart just poking inside there, and Stag Party kind of doing it all over again, revisiting their previous play. Nice little exchange by the soldiers in the house there. It looked like Bobby was trying to be sneaky, and he got called out right away here by Huck and got taken down.
Do you think that Stag Party are at an advantage here getting to set the time, or would you rather know exactly what time you're up against?
I'd always prefer to set it myself. I like going first. We've got the Ubers popped in exchange here.
There we go. Catsy again. My goodness.
Yeah, doing a real good job there, pushing that Uber right back out. Can't do too much. Heavy does peek back in here, trying to get some more kills, and now we've also got Huck coming down on the medic. Gets one rocket in. Oh, and medic actually burns to death. It looks like there. Did the sentry catch him? Wow, only one up now. Just the sniper. Got to go large or go home right now, Bowser, and he goes home.
We got a full wipe on UBS here, and so things looking good if you're a Stag Party fan.
Yeah, it does look like we're going to get a decent time set here. We do get the spawns up. I think they're a little too late to do anything. Yep, they jump out. They do stop the cart briefly, but down it goes. Time of 6:10, halves the previous time. So going first, setting the time, definitely an advantage for Stag Party right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You can kind of get in ahead of the other team if you set a quick time like that because, for UBS now, they're almost fighting just against that time alone, and it can get in your head. It can really play with you psychologically.
Yeah, and we're moving into what could potentially be match point, game point here for Stag Party. Nice preseason win for them, I would say, being a new team, just moving up into the Platinum Division, coming out and knocking off what was probably, I would say, one of the preseason favorites to at least go pretty deep into the playoffs here. So it could be a real statement for them as we start the real season next week.
Yeah, Stag Party obviously had a fantastic season in gold. And UBS, again, like we said, I still call it a new team, but I only mean in terms of chemistry, because these are obviously very experienced players. There's a lot of plat experience here and high-level experience here. But like we said, I mean, these teams are kind of getting to know each other, or not these teams, mostly UBS. Stag Party obviously know each other already, but here we go. Let's see what they can do.
Here we go. Gates are about to drop, and the cart's going to be moving. And I want to say real quick that I've been really impressed with Catsy in this match. I expected, TMP to come out and go hard and go huge and do all kinds of crazy flare shotting and whatnot, but TMP's been pretty equally matched. That's really impressive. It's really good to see.
A couple other highlights I've seen have been the spies and the snipers, who are maybe not always on camera, but a lot of good snipes from both Professional and Bowser. And the spies making good plays as well. Flintstone running this dead ringer here.
And Cart stalls a little bit there before they could quite get it up to the hill. Soldier trying to do some work up there, and Bobby gets just knocked right off that roof, rejected. Red Spy going to try and make a play in here. Triggers the dead ringer there. And try and make a play back. Everything is sort of breaking down right now for the push. UBS trying to get back together, get something going here. Kai on the Uber, pops it in, gets a bunch of damage out right now. Boomhauer finally pops the Zuber, and they're going to push them right back out as the Spy does come in and get the gun sat, and down goes the gun.
Wow.
Get a little stab there on the Spy with the Uber saw. Keeps the Uber going for a second.
Are they going to get out of here? It looks like they're staying in. Stag Party going to stay in there.
I think it makes sense right now. I mean, you've got a bit of a numbers advantage. The cart is not pushed up as far as it should have been, and you've still got the better defense right now, so definitely stick with it. I would definitely stay up there.
Flintstone running around, just shooting everything that moves. I've got to hand it to Bobby. Bobby has had some good bombs. They're not always maybe effective. He's been flying around a lot. He's connected on the med a couple times. He's inside now, trying to kind of eke out some space.
I don't know if you noticed, actually, top frag only 1 point away from his medic there, so that's a really good thing to see in Highlander, kind of putting the team on his back when he needs to there.
Yeah, absolutely. Want to give him a shout out. He's been playing fantastic. Goes down there, but Cart real close now. Looks like that will be first point.
Oh, nice headshot from Bowser there. Takes the heavy down. Tiny goes down. Cart pushing nicely now.
And so are we going to see a second hold here? Looks like there is some of the NG stuff. It's a full level 3, so great work there by
That's a really
Scratchy.
cool position for that sentry. It's a perfect angle, but I think it's about to go down here. That was just able to shoot down sort of the track a little bit there.
And Scratchy actually looks like just missed the rescue ranger. Not going to matter anyway because he is down and he will be missed.
Yeah, and right now UBS kind of getting things into gear. You wonder if that first round maybe just a little bit of a warm-up for them, kind of getting things back ready to go. Kind of tuning the band back up. Right now, Stag Party is backing up. It looks like they might concede both of these points in order to get a good last defense built up.
Back at Spawn, Boomhauer run into Ephetic, the blue spy, and actually took him out with a little axe. So
nice.
The Lubersaw kill there.
Nice. That's actually good because he needed the percentage there. Pretty much even Ubers right now, which is good, but Blue will get it first. We'll see if they're going to try and capitalize on that.
And real aggressive on the side here, we have Bowser just way up in that flank, and we talked about the openings in this map, taking full advantage of, or trying to, but feeling pressure now from the scout.
It looked like Bobby was trying to do something top right there, but Huck has pretty much been in his face this entire time. And he's running the black box there, so he's getting that health back on every hit, which right now is going to help him a lot as he kind of drones around up top.
Yeah, that's
Blue Spy in behind right now, going for the demo man. Tries to get the stab and ends up hitting it. Nice little backstab there. That's going to help a lot with this push as the cart starts around that first turn.
Yeah, that's clutch for sure. Maybe a bit of a difference since you last casted due to the black box. Used a lot more in Highlander now. A little bit more viable, people have discovered. Wasn't always used back in the day.
I'm a big fan of the black box, especially my Australian black box that I sold for $100 on the Steam market. So
nice. Big spender, Rich. We'll start calling you Richie. Richie Rich.
We've got UBS definitely wanting to do something here, but they don't quite have the Uber yet. They're trying to poke in a little bit, and they're not really getting anything done though. Probably just gonna sit back, post up, try and get a frag here and there, and Audi goes down. That's interesting. Professional down as well there. So
2 minutes. We got 2 minutes left as the time ticks down. So Scratchy's got his gun up in this back corner here and is patrolling it. And again, kind of his height advantage, holding up above here. The soldier and demo going to jump up as well. A little bit of locker room presence.
Yeah, Bowser's standing tall here, trying to get a nice shot off around the corner. Can't quite get anything, though. It is coming down into crunch time here, though, GetAWhale. Almost a minute and a half here. And
Uber's in right side. Here we go.
let's see what they can do here. Counter Uber popped, and just not a lot of frags going down. Scout and Spy down right now, but not a whole lot going on. Oh, nice headshot there.
Action in locker room. Wow.
Oh, Spy trying to get a butter knife in.
We got this mini still up here in, no, going to go down in locker room. I've got to hand it there to Tiny, the heavy on Stag Party, who actually, he didn't drop down. He stayed up above, and it's a really smart move by the heavy there.
Oh,
but the medic goes down. That's Kai.
That's tough there. Now you just got to start kind of crashing the cart, wait for your medic to get up, send somebody back to build the Uber. Less than a minute, you do have time to get one more Uber up. So Kai up now and immediately starts healing, but that is not happening. So 70% left. Stag Party's going to have their Uber. They can probably run this down to about 15 seconds and then pop it and stand on the cart. Pretty much guarantee the victory.
Ooh, and the gun is going to go down. The Fennec went down, but right before he did, he picked out the engineer, and the gun is going to go down. So no level 3 at last.
Yeah, Tiny getting a little pokey over here for his own good. Taking some damage, but does back up here. This is going to... That guy's on the quick fix now. We'll see how this plays out. They're starting to push in. Still 40%, 30% away. 20
Almost
seconds
there.
left. Uber charged fully right now. It's going to be charged up for both teams. This is going to be the push. This is going to decide it here. Hildreth already calling GG. That's kind of a dick move right there. I wouldn't have done that, but Hildreth plays with a bit of an attitude, so that's fine. Quick fix does get popped. 7 seconds left. Now, I called this earlier. I don't think they've got enough time to get it in. I think this is going to be GG in the favor of Stag Party here. And there it is.
When you're trying to match the time, we got no OT, and that's gonna do it.
Yeah, so
Not pulling off the push there.
The preseason match that never happened goes in favor of Stag Party to kick the season off. But guess what? It's preseason, so who cares?
Doesn't matter. The points points don't matter, and so yeah. But Stag Party kind of showing. I mean, what did they show? How can we put this?
They showed some testicular fortitude, my friend. Testicular fortitude. They went up against a team that probably on paper might have been a little bit better, and they definitely brought it and had a great match. I think the Pyros really stood out in this a lot. Great play from, I believe, Bobby the Soldier. I think ended up top fragging possibly overall, and looked real good doing it. So nice fun match to sort of tune the band back up, and for me personally, I appreciate the opportunity to be back and doing this. Hopefully we can make it a regular thing, so be sure to follow us here on Twitch TV, and you can follow me on Twitter, Duder_eXtv. I tend to drink too much and post interesting things on there.
Yeah, definitely good warm-up for these guys, and good to have you back. Are we gonna have you back for week 1 or what?
I don't know right now, GetAWhale. I think we're just going to sort of play things by ear. I certainly want to be back, but I don't want to be stepping on anyone's toes, because that doesn't feel very good.
Well, we'll see what happens, but yeah, like Duder said, check us out on twitch.tv/xtv esports, youtube.com/comft, and join us next week, and we'll be bringing you another platinum match here on X Television. I have been GetAWhale, he is Duder, Cold on production, and we will see you guys next time.
Yeah.